can't say much, but if you make it worth my while, all Mastar content goes away. There are 3 YouTubers involved. They have a bunch more videos coming that are worse. Information is being sent about you through a server. Make it worth my while, and I will stop them all. We will direct all of our content towards them instead and leave you alone. To which I respond, what do you mean if I make it worth your while? Are you actually blackmailing me? I'm taking screenshots of this conversation. And he says, all right, I'm out. Peace. So as I'm sure you guys are aware, for the last 6 years, there's been this coordinated effort to come after me and destroy my character and destroy my reputation. And this is actually a very deep rabbit hole with a lot of moving parts. A lot of people are involved in this whole thing, and I caught one of them. So in this video, I'm going to show you a little insight into what I've been dealing with for the past 6 years behind closed doors, and I'm going to debunk these claims. But first, I have actually some very positive announcements. Demon Rush and myself are coming to Anime Expo this summer. I'm hiring and I'm getting blackmailed, extorted. Yeah, kinda, it's real. So yeah, a lot to talk about in today's video. Let's first start with Anime Expo. This year, July 1st through 4th, Demon Rush is gonna have its own booth at Anime Expo. So this is super awesome. This is gonna be my first official meet and greet with fans if you're able to make it to Anime Expo. My booth number is 1230 and I'm back here in the corner here. So I guess this is the front entrance. If anything, it's going to be really nice to not only meet you guys, but spread more awareness about Demon Rush. I am planning on holding a trading card game tournament there that weekend, and I'm still trying to figure out the details of that, but I'll have more information on that tournament. We are actually holding our very first tournament for the Demon Rush trading card game Saturday, June 2nd at 2 p.m. Eastern. It's free to enter for anyone who has bought the game. And basically what we're doing is we're playing virtual over Discord. This is how all of the fans and I have been playing literally every single night together. Rules and details, prizes, and rewards are posted on the Discord. Hope to see you guys there. Hope to see you competing. I will be live streaming the event. You should come check out the live stream. It's going to be an awesome time. And we also released the second part of chapter 2 of the Demon Rush manga, which you guys can go check out here with the link in the description, or I'll pin it as top comment. Okay, and as for hiring, because I'm now managing 2 channels and an entire product line, my time has gotten incredibly thin. What I need is an editor, number 1, somebody who knows the anime landscape in particular. I'd also like a dedicated thumbnail artist, someone who particularly can draw thumbnails from complete scratch, God Garo vs. Blast or something like that, and actually be able to draw it and color it. I need a Demon Rush product manager, where you do things like post shorts and TikToks of Demon Rush videos, reach out to other creators, ask them if they want to play, help schedule events, do some promotional material on social media, and things like that. So if you're hungry, please send an email to mastar@demonrush.com, include some samples of your work and your rate, and I'll start going through those. And speaking of the product of Demon Rush, there is only 2 booster boxes left. Out of over 450, we've sold all the booster boxes just about. There's still a lot of starter decks, so there's still a lot of opportunities for new players to get into the game, but the booster packs went like crazy. They're pretty much sold out. So we're working on the next print, the beta print. Okay, then finally let's talk about this blackmail situation. So basically, I'm not gonna show you guys who the guy's name is. So a guy made a video about Demon Rush, basically saying it's Trace. These guys have been saying a lot of dishonest and manipulative things in their videos, so I'm just going to clear the air, primarily for my fans. I'm not worried about this at all, but I think it's probably a good thing that I at least let you guys know what's going on. If you did see one of these videos and are questioning my integrity, at least let me just prove it wrong right here. And for context, I'm not going to be showing any of their names because a lot of times people make videos like this because they're clout chasing, and giving them attention is exactly what they want. So I just want to debunk the things they've said, and you guys can make your own conclusions. And finally, it ended with one of them reaching out to me and saying if I paid him, he would not only take the videos down, but he would expose the YouTubers who hired him to make the videos. This is a very deep rabbit hole, and it's a huge story that I've never really talked about, but I've basically been the target of coordinated attacks via manipulation for the majority of my YouTube career. Lots of lies and slander and misinformation. And for the most part, I've just ignored it. And I'm still here, right? So I've always kind of wondered, should I have just responded to these kind of people in the past? Maybe it would have helped my reputation, but I didn't respond to it. I just bit my tongue and was the bigger man. And I'm still here, and I'm still going, and I'm still like surviving. So maybe it was the right choice to just ignore them for all this time, but in any case, Demon Rush is my baby, and for them to try and say that Demon Rush is traced, which is absolutely not, I definitely need to just put my foot down, at the very least for my viewers, prove to you guys that it's not, and just give you peace of mind. So one of the things he says is the main character's designs change every scene because Mastar is still tracing, and
it has many flaws. The main character's design changes every scene because Master Media is still tracing.
No, that's not true at all. The reason why Rush looks different in all these different shots is because they're different animators. So in order to make this promotional anime that I made for Demon Rush, I hired a team of web gen animators, basically just friends I had and people I found on Twitter who I thought their work was exceptional. We assigned different scenes to all these different animators, and so when it came time to draw Rush, yeah, he looked different in a lot of scenes, but that has nothing to do with tracing. It's just because it was different people drawing Rush, and different people have different styles. The way you would counter that in an official anime is you would have an animation supervisor who would be cleaning up and making corrections of the character models. We didn't have an animation supervisor. I mean, it's just a group of webgen animators and myself who's trying to put this together on top of making a manga and a trading card game and running my main channel at the same time. It was a lot of work. Honestly, we did the best we could. I'm very, very proud of the Demon Rush animation that we made. Yes, it could have been better, but we're also not an official studio. We didn't have any budget. Like literally, I paid for it out of pocket. We didn't ask anyone for money. There was no Kickstarter, nothing. I had about $300 to $400 coming in a month from Patreon. That was basically our budget to try and make a completely original anime. And for what we had, I'm very, very proud of it. I only know of one other anime YouTuber that has ever made his own anime, and his name was Misty Chronixia, and it failed, and he's not on YouTube anymore, I don't think. He also tries to say that we copied Guts from this Berserk drawing, which appears to be a fan drawing. I don't know where, I mean, I guess the eye is somewhat similar, but this panel was taken directly from the manga. All I did was I upscaled it, I colored it, I made some animation of breathing, and that's it. And a lot of times you'll see these guys in their videos where they're trying to accuse me of tracing or something, which granted I did in the past, and I've always been open about it, hence the giant disclaimers in the beginning of all my video, but I always saw it as editing, right? Like if I have this picture of Goku and Vegeta, and I want to swap out Goku for Saitama, I consider that editing. But there's always been this like narrative from this group of people on the internet that want to make you believe that like I'm a criminal that's like purposefully stealing art to make money, when that's completely untrue and not the case. Back in the day, I used to edit and repurpose old footage and photos of the animes to make a new story. And the manga panel in question obviously was drawn by the Demon Rush manga artist Pedro Perez, who has done absolutely ridiculous shots like this and like this. I don't think that in a million years he would ever need to trace anything, especially some fan drawing of Guts. Yeah, similar shots does not equal tracing, and these guys like are really reaching. Like there's this second shot he shows here.
This is also where Master stole his first walk cycle animation, as you can see from this anime.
Of Rush walking towards the sunset, and he tries to say that it was stolen from Fate Apocrypha. We have the animatics for this. I saw the animatics in multiple renditions of it, so I know for a fact it wasn't traced. And if you really care that much, you can go ahead and put them side by side and look at the feet positioning. It's definitely different. Again, similar shots don't equal tracing. These guys are just reaching. This is the best that they could come up with. I bet they've been banging their head against a brick wall for the past month and a half, trying to find out where the scenes of Demon Rush are traced from, and they couldn't do it. And that's probably why they got mad enough to make a video like this, because they just couldn't find anything because it's not traced. So they had to reach, and that's the best that they could do. He also says things like the backgrounds are taken from Anime War. That's not true. We have an artist named Karn who not only did specifically new landscapes based on the setting that I described, which was salt flats under the sunset. And Karn's an exceptional artist. He didn't take it from anywhere. He also did a lot of the card art for us as well. He's a phenomenal, very versatile artist, and he's just an amazing addition to the team. So this is just more lies and manipulation that they're trying to throw out there just to make me like look worse. But yeah, the proof is in the pudding. He said that it's rumored that I hire poor foreigners and pay them $100 a month to steal scenes from anime. So I paid the animators their agreed upon rate. So I asked them, I said, and this is how I approach just about everybody I work with. I say, how much do I have to pay you for you to feel happy with the work? And the agreed upon rate was $50 per second. per second. This was in our contract, as well as a stipulation that none of the work that they do can be traced or referenced from any other material. And in fact, Semi-Automatic, who's the one who did both the walking scene of Rush as well as some of the other crazy sword dodging animations, he saw this comment and left one on the video saying, as one of the animators on this production for the first episode, I find your dishonesty to be quite troublesome. The scenes you mentioned being traced or stolen is far from the truth. The animators that he hired did not trace anything from any other works and is entirely of our own creation. He also pays us a very good price for our work, and we appreciate his fairness. He also says Jake claims this is his series as if he actually created the animation himself. So yeah, I did actually do about 25% of the animation myself. Granted, a lot of it was the stiff stuff. I'm not as good as these guys. That's why I hired them. I was pretty proud of myself about some of the scenes, like this smile at the end and some others. But basically, I had to fill in the gaps, there was a lot of animation to be done. There wasn't enough animators, time, or money to go around. And so, as with every section of this entire project, I had to get my hands dirty. And in the animation, yeah, some of the parts, I had to just do it. The thing is, yeah, maybe the animation looks stiff or it could have been better here and there, but look, we got it done. I mean, how many people can actually say that? That they have their own anime, or at least a clip of their own personal anime online? Not many. A lot of that is due to the help of these great and talented people who helped me on the project, and me for filling in the gaps wherever was needed. So after this guy posted the video about Demon Rush, I went on and I left a comment, a lengthy one, just debunking, and I was like, I see you've been fed a lot of misinformation, let me just debunk this stuff. And he quickly hid my comment, so I can still see it, but you guys can't, meaning that nobody sees the video, can see me debunking his claims, and that's kind of why I'm making this video, but also because they're trying to blackmail me, and I'll show you here now. And so he hit me up in the DMs, and he said, hey, I recently made a video about your launch. Someone that doesn't like you ordered these. After careful review, it's looking to me like the art I've been told was traced came from your own comic. Yeah, no shit. So I have temporarily privatized the video and took my tweets off until we have a sit down. Meanwhile, he doesn't have any followers on Twitter. This is like a brand new account. And what's even more shady about it is he says he's using VPNs and stuff. We'll get into that in a second. So I said, yeah, I saw the video. I left a comment. And he tells me there's a bunch more videos coming that are far worse. Information is being sent about you through a server. Make it worth my while and I will stop them all. I can publicly tear the main culprit behind all this. And so when he says make it worth his while, I'm thinking oh, he just wants to talk to me, maybe get some clarification or something like that. But later on, he says that again, make it worth my while. And I'm like, yo, wait, are you literally blackmailing me? So I told him that all the old Demon Rush stuff is taken down from the channel, as well as all other fan edits and animations except one. This time I did it the right way. I hired incredible artists to do the work, paid them all the same respectable amount, which was actually their suggestion, $50 per second for animators, and we did everything 100% original all the way down to the music and the sound effects, which were all created from a blank slate. The point of criticism is to get people to improve, and if me doing a complete 180 and doing it all correctly and originally isn't enough for some people, I don't know what else to say. If you think it looks like watercolors or my voice acting was bad, that's fine, that's your opinion, but I am extremely proud of what we created and stand by it, given that we basically had zero budget and pulled off an anime, manga, and card game in 1 year. So then he says that their video editors, some Lord Popo guy, approached him on Fiverr. He says he can't say much, but if you make it worth my while, all Mastar content goes away. I have an idea who ordered him to hire us. There are 3 YouTubers involved. We will direct all of our content towards them instead of you and leave you alone. I only accepted this job and gathered people because they're making it seem like you're 100% guilty. So far, the only thing I haven't questioned is the walk scene. So what he's trying to say here is that their editors, I don't think this is true at all. I think they're all just probably teenagers and trolls, probably sitting in some Discord oh, let's make a bunch of hate videos on Mastar and then see if he'll pay us to take him down and go after the people that hired us. So here's what happens. Say I'm all right, I'll give you money to take him down and tell me who did this. Then he always has that DM and he's gonna dangle it over my head and blackmail me and be better pay us more. I'm gonna tell the internet that you're paying people to make hate videos on other YouTube creators, right? That's how this thing works. So I said, what do you mean, make it worth your while? Are you literally blackmailing me? I'm taking screenshots of all of this conversation. And that's when he starts to get scared, and then his personality changes. So he says, all right, I'm out. It's between you and them now. Good luck. Also, we were instructed to use VPNs, so it's fine. If that is not the shadiest shit I have ever heard, we're gonna make a bunch of character assassination videos on you through VPNs to protect our identities, because obviously what we're saying is complete bullshit. So I say to him, look, dude, I'm fine clearing things up, but I will not be blackmailed. And he says, oh, I meant I can reveal who's behind things and expose them on a video like they wanted you to be. I was offering my services. So he's gonna say, I'm not revealing who it is. It's not anyone that has attacked you publicly. So I say, why don't you just tell me who it is? Because if they're actively trying to defame and slander me anonymously, legal could get involved. So he says, the way you talk, it doesn't sound like it's just YouTube problems. If this goes beyond the internet trolling, I want no involvements. And so I said, okay, then tell me who it is and I'll leave you out of it. But I want proof, because I can't just take your word for it that some YouTuber is hiring editors to slander me. I need proof of the conversations. Otherwise, I would just be hiring you to make a video on someone who could be innocent, and that could cause a huge unnecessary drama. He says this is a VPN account, good luck with that, and then quotes me and says, is that a threat? And I said, no, because you literally just said you don't want to be involved. So I went through and I started showing him the animatics just to prove to him that, like, look, this walking scene isn't traced. The reason I gave him the time of day is because I actually had altercation multiple times like this in my past on YouTube, and most of the time just talking to the person instead of like spewing hate back at them or, you know, just getting really upset. Just a lot of times they just want to talk to you. And if you can clear things up, they're like, okay, I see I was wrong about, you know, at least half my stuff, so I'll take the video down. So I gave the guy the benefit of the doubt, but he still has the video up, right? And you'll see a lot of these channels talking about stuff from 6 years ago, which is like basically my first real year on YouTube. I did start in 2014, but I didn't really start making videos until 2016. That's what I declare my like first real year on YouTube is 2016. And all this stuff that they talk about and is about like my first year, right? They don't have anything that they can say about my current work or anything. So they just keep bringing up stuff from 6 years ago, my first year when I was still getting acclimated to the YouTube environment, the culture, how to talk, how to communicate, how to defend myself, which I really didn't know how to do, which is part of the reason I, got into a lot of trouble 6 years ago. But I mean, I think I've shown a pretty substantial amount of change and growth in my own character and my YouTube channel. I mean, I went from just making these fan edits to like literally creating my own anime and manga in a competitive trading card game, which is awesome, by the way. And again, if you want to criticize Demon Rush, like that's fine. I can actually learn from criticism as long as it's valid. There's a guy named Flying Fish who did a 1 hour comprehensive review of everything Demon Rush. He literally bought every single product, watched the anime, and he sat down for an hour and gave full unbiased thoughts on it. And yeah, a lot of it was negative, a lot of it was positive, but I actually got to learn a lot from that video. That's like a really good video of criticism. And then the whole point of criticism is to help people improve, see which parts were weak so you can strengthen those parts on the next run. But I always think that if you criticize someone, it should come from a place of respect, right? Like the point of criticism is to help them change and improve. And if what I have accomplished this year and over the last couple of years hasn't proven that I've grown, then I don't know what will. One time I had a guy donate $500 to me on stream. And that was like my first year, this was 2016. And it was so much money for me back then because I was only making like $400 a month. I was like, dude, I can't accept this. Like, this is too much. He's like, no, you deserve it. I love Goku vs. Saitama and all this stuff. So I befriended the guy and I started talking to him on Skype. And I thought this guy was my friend. After 6 months of talking to him, he helped me with ideas for Luffy's Gear 5th. And then what it turned out this guy was doing the whole time was he started instigating me to talk about other YouTubers that like maybe I had beef with. And what he would do was he would jab me and get me to type things in the DMs to him, and then he was taking my screenshots and sending it to the other YouTubers in order to purposefully start wars and drama in the anime community. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, that was like one of the first times I got really backstabbed. Not the first, or maybe it was like the third. But yeah, I mean, that caused a lot of issues. From the years 2016 to 2020 was pretty much like nonstop drama. The last like year and a half, it's really settled down a lot. And I'm not worried about this stuff. It doesn't seem to be affecting Demon Rush at all. Again, there's only 2 boxes left. So, but I felt like it was important to get this out there and clear the air for you guys because a lot of you may be questioning my integrity. And if you didn't like how Anime War Goku vs. Saitama was created, like, I get it, but I'm not doing that stuff anymore. That's way in the past. And, if you're still lingering on that and not talking about how someone has gotten better and improved, then I'm extremely proud of Demon Rush. I'm extremely proud of where we're created. We're gonna be at Anime Expo, dude. We got a booth at Anime Expo. I hope I cleared the air for you guys. Yeah, there's a lot more rumors out there. I can assure you that like 99% of them are false. Some are true, but it's usually from like 2016 when I was young and dumb and full of cum. I'm a dad now, I'm married and have a daughter, and I got bigger things to worry about, but what I care mostly is just about clearing the conscience of my fans who may be questioning my integrity. So I hope this video did that, and I hope you guys are excited about Anime Expo. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for another video. I got so many videos planned, dude. Like hella work. We got a lot of work to do. All right, boys. See ya.